Hi YouTube, it's Amy with the Midnight Oil. If you're interested in burning the midnight oil to create supplemental streams of income while still maintaining your full-time job, stay tuned. Today's episode is going to focus on successfully navigating during the Turo slow season. So today's video is going to focus on successfully navigating the Turo down season. And by successfully navigating, I mean things that you can do to maximize your profits as well as preparing your business for increased profits during the busy season. In general, the slow season in Turo is the first quarter of the year, especially in January and early February. Those of you who may not be familiar with what Turo is a car sharing service. It's essentially the Airbnb of cars. So private owners are able to rent out privately owned vehicles via the Turo platform. Now, just to give you guys a little background about my Turo journey, my husband and I started our Turo business in January of 2021. We started it with no money. We used our personal vehicle, put it on the platform, and since then we've added 2 additional vehicles to our fleet. So we've got a small baby fleet, a minivan and 2 small SUVs, and for about 15 to 20 hours a month, we're able to bring in several thousands of dollars of supplemental income. However, that is not the case in the first quarter. So initially when we started our business, it was slow, but I thought that may have been because we were new to the platform. It is common that January just tends to be extremely slow. I mean slow. Okay? On average, we're seeing like a 70% decrease in profits. That's for a number of reasons, mainly because it's after the holiday, so people aren't doing a lot of traveling. People have, spent a lot of money during the holiday season, so they're not, spending money on things like renting vehicles for various purposes. There are a number of things that you can do to increase your profits in January and in the slow season in general. And there are a number of things that you can and should be doing, whether this be for existing Turo hosts or people just getting into Turo, to ready your vehicle to make sure that you have maximum profits during the busy time. Maintenance. Maintenance is so important. Now, granted, you should be doing maintenance all year long as your vehicle requires to make sure that you are creating a safe environment for your Turo guests. Sometimes that can be difficult, especially if your vehicle is booked most days of the month. What ends up happening is you have to block those days off on your calendar, and you're essentially losing money during that time when your vehicle could be booked because it's in the shop. So what we're doing is in January, we're trying to get ahead of planned maintenance that we know is upcoming. So most vehicles have a specific maintenance cycle based on mileage. If you're close to that maintenance cycle and you know that you have a scheduled maintenance that'll be coming up in the next 2 months or the next 3 months or the next 2,000 or 3,000 miles, go ahead and do it now. Go ahead and do it during the slow season so that you don't miss out on that money during the busy season. Also, this would be a really good time to take care of your Turo inspection. So in the fourth quarter of 2021, Turo has introduced an inspection requirement. It's a yearly requirement for a Turo inspection. Now that's different from whatever your state's inspection requirements may be. This is specifically for Turo. They are requiring that you get your vehicle inspected based on Turo's guidelines. The good thing is that they have partnered with a number of vendors to provide this service. You can go in and do it. You can do it virtually. They have a partnership with Goodyear, and Goodyear is actually doing these inspections for Turo for free, so no out-of-pocket costs. So what we're doing is for the vehicles that we know are going to have upcoming Turo inspection requirements in the next 2 to 3 months, we're going ahead and getting our Turo inspection done now so that we don't have to lose money later. Detail your cars. Our personal brand on the Turo platform, one of the things that we take pride in and that allows us to stand out and continue to get 5-star reviews is we really take pride in providing people with extremely clean vehicles inside, out, tires, interior, vacuum, the whole 9 yards. So this is where we take the opportunity to go above and beyond what we usually do. We're steaming seat belts, shampooing mats, really getting into all the nooks and crannies, doing a deep detailing of the vehicle, not just a cleaning of the vehicle. Market research. Generally in January, there are a lot of new vehicles, it seems like, that come into the platform. And it's good to go out there and see in your specific area that you're servicing, what is the competition doing? What new vehicles are out there now? What are those vehicles offering that perhaps you aren't offering? What is their price point? To help you make any adjustments that might be required to make your vehicle stand out. I also would take the time to go through your reviews. Good, bad, or indifferent, the reviews are feedback from your customers. Go through those reviews to see if you identify any common threads, any trends through the reviews that'll help you understand what are the things that you should continue to do and what are some of the things that you should do differently in the upcoming year. This third item that I'm going to mention is probably not going to be too popular, especially with existing Turo hosts, but I'm just going to say it. Reduce your pricing. Even if it's only $1 or $2, just lowering that rate so that it is a bit more competitive, understanding that this is a slow time. You will recoup that money during the busy season. In the busy season, you can do the opposite. You can increase your prices to meet the demand. Update your listing. Okay, so this is the opportunity for you to be as flexible as your schedule and your circumstance will allow for. So we do this on a part-time basis, but I do work from home. And so there is some additional flexibility that we can provide. So some of the things that you can alter on your Turo listing related to flexibility are adding delivery. If you already have delivery, then you may want to focus on expanding the distance that you go for delivery in order to attract more customers. Switching on the instant booking option is a great way to increase your Turo business. That instant booking allows your guests to immediately book their trip when they're ready without having to wait for you to review and approve. Expand the mileage that's offered. There's a minimum mileage that you have to provide, which I believe is 250, unless you have a really special or an exotic type of vehicle. Expand that. Another thing that you can do is to reduce the amount of notice that you need for a trip. So we have ours set at 3 hours notice. So that means someone can book a trip at 8 in the morning for a pickup at 11, and we're going to be able to turn the vehicle around and provide it to them within that time frame. The shorter your window for turnaround will dramatically increase the number of guests that you're able to attract and reach. Earlier, I talked about detailing and cleaning the vehicle. Now that you've cleaned the vehicle and detailed it, take some more pictures. Take better pictures. If you don't already have really good pictures on your listing, now would be a perfect time to update those photographs. Having good photos on your Turo booking makes an exponential difference in the number of bookings that you get. So now that you've cleaned it up, go ahead and get those photos updated. Add more photos if you already have some good photos out there, but really make sure that there is enough content on your listing so that your guests can see and have confidence in the vehicle that they're booking. Preparing to file your taxes. Tax season is upon us, whether we like it or not. And so this would be a really good time to make sure you have all of your documentation, that you have copies of all of your receipts, that you have accurate tracking of your deductions and your expenses associated with your Turo business. There are a mountain of deductions that you can take as part of this business, but it does require you to have good records and bookkeeping. I think maybe I'll do a video on that about just the tax process, the deductions, after I meet with my tax accountant. Leave some comments down below and let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. But really just making sure that you have the documentation that you need to adequately prepare to file your taxes is really important. And since you'll be going through all that documentation anyway, for cost savings. I mean, as you're going through those receipts, if you see common expenditure and you can think of ways to reduce that cost, now would be a good time to go ahead and do that. For example, when we first started our Turo business, our pickup location was essentially located location, but it was taking, it take time and gas to get out there to pick up and drop off the vehicles. About halfway through the year, we decided, well, let's see if we can move our pickup and drop off location to somewhere that's a little bit closer to our home base. And if it doesn't impact our business, let's go ahead and do that. What ended up happening is not only did we save time because we were able to get to pick up and drop off much sooner, we were also saving gas, etc. There have even been a couple of times when push came to shove where we could, drop the car off and walk home because it's close enough to do that. So we're getting some financial benefits and some cardiovascular benefits. So it's a win-win all around. We do a lot of drive-through car washes, and so a good way to save money on that is to buy a car wash membership. And so that's one of the things that you can do and kind of look through to see if that is a place where you can save some money. Gas prices are stupid high right now. And so anything that we can do to save money on gas is definitely something that you want to look into. There are gas credit cards where you may not necessarily save money on the gas, but you'll get rewards back for utilizing the card for gas. That's one way to save money and or earn money depending on the type of gas card or gas membership that you utilize. The last thing that I want to mention is use this opportunity, this down season, to set up your next business venture, right? This channel is all about multiple streams of income. So while Turo is experiencing a slow period, now is a perfect opportunity to focus on what it is that you're doing next. This January, I've been focusing on setting up this YouTube channel, as well as setting up my signing agent business. So those are some of the things that I'll cover in my next several videos. That concludes the video. Hope you guys found this information informative. If you did, please click like and subscribe. Click the bell button. I will be producing a new video every week. As I learn, you learn. So thank you guys for letting it burn, and see you at the next one.